Chassis providers, FlexiVan. You guys have any updates? Some introductions?
Yes. Susan Duran, I just started with FlexiVan.
I'm sorry, could you stand up, please? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Susan Duran, I just started with FlexiVan today. I'm the area director for the Northwest Chassis Group.
Area director. Welcome. Track you?
Track Intermodal, Dan Tedford, representing Track Intermodal, myself and Cindy Davies.
Great, thank you for coming.
Familiar face here, Ralph Reynoso.
Yeah, sorry, apologize. Yeah, Paul was on vacation, and I was given a tour to our new commissioner, Michael Colbruno, and taking him up on a crane. He's very hands-on, wants to get out there and touch everything. I invited him here. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but yeah, he will be coming to hopefully our next meeting. So yeah, very excited. Yeah, he seems really genuine, really good. He's like I said, hands-on. He wants to really learn the industry, and so he can make some better decisions. While he's on the board. So yeah, again, apologize, but I'm sure Justin here has been doing a good job. And yeah, I'd asked Gene to come earlier. Gene came earlier and gave an update as to what was going on. So. Great. All right, we'll have Ports America come up and give an update.
Well, first I'll introduce myself for those of you who don't know. My name is Damon Gomes. I'm the Business Relations Manager for Ports America Outer Harbor. At Ports America Outer Harbor, I started in 2009, September, specifically for Ports America Outer Harbor. Previous to that, I've been with Marine Terminals, Ports America, Evergreen for 10 years. Today, at Outer Harbor specifically, I've been the Facility Security Officer, Yard and Gate Manager, Terminal Manager, but today I do Business Relations, Customer Service. I'd also like to introduce our new Terminal Manager, is John Mark Serhando, for those of you who don't know, prior to giving the presentation. So all the complaints go to John Mark now. Actually, it's the opposite. I get most of the complaints, and he can handle operations. Congratulations to SSA for taking that over. That's a large task. I know it's not easy to get all those assets transitioned in, but we've done it before.
All right, well, welcome, Damon. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and get started. So we do have some changes also on the Outer Harbor. While the Inner Harbor is making a lot of changes, we like to change some stuff around too so we don't get left out. So I put up here, I actually took most of this from Paul. I've been coming to these trucker meetings almost since they've started in 2007. But Paul sent me an email prior to this presentation I want to talk about. This is actually right what Paul asked to talk about. So best practices at the gate, pedestal, travel window, drop off, and the pickup. Let the camera get on here. Chassis pull and roadability areas with an eye towards safety, security, customer service, and operating procedures. So Outer Harbor, specifically, we've changed berth 22, which is our horizon lines side, or the main gate side of the terminal, and added new import queues there. We're going to be bringing in new transstainers for import decking, and we have currently 4 transstainers on a ship on its way to Outer Harbor. And with that, we'll see the map in a few minutes to talk about how we can queue up for imports on berth 22 along with imports on berth 25. We just signed K-Line and the Calco C service, which is leaving TTI. So with bringing on the additional volume, we've done some things to add some gates and increase our yard throughput. And part of this was the berth 22 construction area. We've added another problem resolution booth. We'll talk about the terminal configuration. We'll see the map. And we've added 7th Street gate. We'll talk about what comes in there and what's going to come through there in the future. Our new customers, basically we just took over the Calco C from TTI, or signed a deal with K-Line and new equipment. We talked about we'll have 4 to 8 transstainers in the next 6 months. So for those of you who've been to Outer Harbor and seen the old transstainers working, it's a slow process. So hopefully this will speed that berth up along with our new berth. So terminal tracking, I usually like to talk about that when I come to these meetings. We track everything, every transaction, every move, every reefer, every chassis. So I just like threw up some problem resolution there at 3.8% and turn times at 27 minutes. That's just was taken from a few weeks ago. But we try to keep those problem numbers, that's actually all the percentage of transactions which are in the trouble area, which is wasted time for us and wasted time for you guys. Well, a lot of you guys have seen the study that was done in Long Beach and what the numbers were, and that time is really just miscommunication and time lost for the truckers in and out of the terminal. So we're really working, we watch those numbers, and we watch them specifically by line and by trucker to see how we can improve those processes. So if anybody wants to talk to me after the meeting, I can talk to any trucking company that would like to talk about improving their problem resolution. We do have, believe it or not, have trucking companies that come through Outer Harbor with 0 trouble transactions. And a lot of that is just being on top of the intermodal moves and what's coming in and out and knowing how to use the systems to benefit yourself. The 7th Street gate, so we took over Transbay in October of 2010, the old Transbay facility. The gate has remained closed until this morning. This morning, based on our deal with K-Line, we opened it back up, and it will be open for K-Line reefers, export reefers, on Monday and Tuesday. It currently opened this morning for the Calco Sea, so it'll be open today and tomorrow for K-Line reefers. And going forward, every Monday and Tuesday, K-Line reefers will move through that gate, specifically on Monday and Tuesday. We haven't discussed the full potential of the gate yet, but we will expand it on that side. Everyone know where the 7th Street gate is? So we will expand it on that side, and we'll allow empty in, empty out transactions, and we're going to create a chassis in, chassis out lane. Or basically, you can pick up chassis and drop chassis out. That was one thing that came out of talking with you guys in this meeting.
All chassis or just?
All chassis. So
Are there going to be roadability over there?
there will not be an outgate yet because of customs. And customs haven't supplied us with the old outgate. We would like to open that outgate someday when we can get manning for it. But we will use the current outgate, but you can pull up and say chassis out, chassis in at that 7th Street gate. That'll probably open in August. And that was one of the items that came out of, specifically out of these meetings here and talking with you guys on something the terminals could offer the trucks to move the lines quicker through, and that was providing a chassis in, chassis out gate. So one of those lanes, or maybe even 2 of those lanes, will be for chassis in, chassis outs. We did put another problem resolution window. I like to call it problem resolution and not a trouble window, because the communication that comes back is everyone always says I'm in trouble. And I don't like to hear that when we're on the terminal, I'm in trouble, but I'd rather hear that we're resolving a problem. So we put another problem resolution window on that side of the facility so that if you come through that 7th Street gate, you don't have to drive 1.5 miles to go to the problem window or problem resolution window. We talked about the chassis in, chassis out, driver efficiency. Here's our terminal map.
Yeah, there's.
So you can see the yellow highlighted areas here in 3C, 4C. It's taken us a few years actually to get the terminal converted into one single terminal. You can still see the old Mare Sealand area here, which faces Berth 20. But 3C, 4C, 6A, 6B, 7A, and 7B are all import roads, and this is where we'll be adding trans-stainer delivery in these areas. We've also added, with our conversion here, we've also added genset parking. Got a lot of complaints from the trucking community, from lines about how do we find a genset chassis, how do we get nose mount gensets, so we specifically started designating a genset area, which is that genset parking there. There's still some overflow next to the old crane shop, and some end up out in roadability, but we really like to get it nailed down to specific genset chassis by line so that your truckers don't get lost as they come to the terminal. They can show up, pick it up, or drop off in that area. Give something in the back.
Quick question. Is your website now that use 7th Street for K-Line reefers on whatever particular day?
We will. We'll update the website.
And what about any signage out front?
There should be, they put some signs up over the weekend, and we're continuing to build it. We're 2 weeks behind when K-Line signed the deal, so the gate shouldn't really be open for another 2 weeks. So we're still had to put in a lot of infrastructure there to get those pedestals up and get a security booth, have the RFID check go in. So we've had people working kind of day and night to get that, just even to run their rail reefers in today and motor bridge reefers just through those gates today. But we're still kind of working out all the kinks. But queuing will be in the import queue here and the import queue here to make our import delivery more efficient. Last but not least, we always like to talk about safety. At Outer Harbor specifically, we always, before every meeting, we talk about safety. This meeting, I put it at the end, but it's something we try to promote every day and every meeting. So with the increase in volume in trucker traffic, we'd like everyone to follow the posted rules and the speed limits. And in the new areas, there's going to be change to those areas. So if we could get everyone to slow down, we've got extra watchmen out there, extra management present, just to slow down and learn the terminal and learn the flow before and work through there safely. We don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Damon, question, are you going to post that map now, that facility map?
Yeah, I'll post it on the website. And we'll hand it out for anybody who wants it, or emails me and wants a specific map.
Question in the back? No? I'm just stretching. All right.
Now go to Q&A. If anyone has questions, comments, concerns?
So all reefers will now go into 7th Street?
Right now, K-Line reefers will come through on Monday and Tuesday. We'll eventually get, in the next few months, we probably will open up for more reefer transactions. The terminal management above me haven't decided on that full gate complex yet, but there will be an empty in, empty out lane, chassis in, chassis out lane, and we'll decide on what type of reefers will come through that side.
Those will just be on posted days, right?
K-Line is posted Monday, Tuesday.
And everything else will be
As posted.
And Damon, how are you going to notify the trucking community regarding
Through
those changes?
We notify, make all our notifications through Voyager Express. So if you're not signed up, I can help you get signed up, and we send out updates through Voyager Express
So the chassis thing's not going to start till August?
until August. As soon as I can get those lanes up, we'll get it started. Any other questions? Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Damon. And I'd definitely like to extend a thank you for you coming out here.